as we're talking about things like 5G and edge, how do you see these technologies starting to deliver advanced connectivity around the world? And how's your work at Mimik plugging into that new ecosystem?
Yeah, absolutely. So perhaps I can start from the definition point of view and being on the same level. Hybrid Edge Cloud, Mimik is a hybrid edge cloud application development platform company, and hybrid edge cloud, from our point of view, is formed by a seamless combination of two categories of computing resource. One are the servers that are in the data center today, and the way that developers or enterprises are utilizing that is by hosting the backend services there, where you can send data to be processed. And then the second element, which is the new element, is basically computing-rich edge devices, and that is, when we talk about computing-rich edge devices, that is the phone that can be a robot arm, and that can be pretty much a smart TV. So pretty much anything, and as well as a base station, a telco base station. So pretty much anything outside the data center that has CPU, memory, compute, connectivity, and a form of operating system that runs a client agent is an edge device. And that is where the data source is, right? That is where really the data starts. The devices, applications are starting with producing a lot of data there. Therefore, the demand for computational ability or for computing data, translating data to information, for processing a workload on these devices rising. And that's where basically where Mimik plays, because we're providing this application development environment that you can now develop your applications in a standard cloud-based architecture, meaning RESTful API and microservice-driven architecture, starting from the device itself. And that's where basically the 5G role is as well, because 5G is providing us with higher bandwidth and faster data transmission. And in order to provide, basically enable a real performance in the application, now I have an application that runs on this device, and the processing capability of data is happening here, but at the same time, the application can instantiate a workload on the base station, because now base station is providing additional resource that can help the application to process for their data or for their workload, which means that you don't have to always go to cloud, to today's cloud. You go when you need it, and that's the benefit that Edge actually provides to 5G, because otherwise you have a fast tactile communication between the device and base station. But if the data requires to go all the way back to cloud, then you miss the opportunity, and it defeats the purpose of a speed that you gain from 5G.
Mm-hmm. It opens up additional security elements as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, the benefits are it provides enterprises and application developers much higher, basically, performance, more data security, more data privacy, because now you can, this entire notion of transitioning from or transferring a non-structured data to a structured data in the data center, it gets eliminated, because you can literally tag and label the data on application on device, and you can send it to the different destination based on the data privacy. And given everything is now RESTful API and microservices, you have much, much higher scalability. You have more interoperability because everything is API based. And it allows a much more systematic this notion of digital transformation, because now you have the agility to add capability as you go forward to the ultimate solution and to meet the evolving demand of digital solutions, right? Because digital solutions are not going to be, you're not going to develop one solution and that's it forever. You have to keep adding intelligence, you have to keep adding automation, and you have to provide this capability that devices can now discover each other and applications can communicate in more direct way, right? Because that's a transition that we're going through. We're transitioning from mobile internet to hyper-connected world, which means that mobile connects to internet to consume content. In hyper-connected world, digital intersects with every physical aspect of our life, which means that digital is going to be around me. And I have all these devices, all these applications that need to mimic the physical interaction, right? They should not constantly go to cloud and back. They can now interact with each other and share knowledge with each other in order to drive to this dream of full automation and AI-driven world, right?